Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. And y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button, whether you're here for a good time or a long time. Don't know if this your first time, but if you could, not make it your last time. If you could do your boy a favor, smash that like button for your boy and you roll on in. I'm about to get my camera up in just a second. Y'all get your boy ready. I ain't prepared, but I'm about to get prepared. You know what I mean? Today we're here to have a boxing conversation, and I want to challenge thinking today. I want to provoke thought today. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to get you to, think outside of the box a little bit. I got 8 people in the building. I got 4 lights. Can I get everybody in the building to smash that like button if you ain't? But in this great sport that we love, boxing, right? You have certain boxers. I've heard certain boxers say everything I do is for the fans, right? And then I've heard other boxers say, the best thing in boxing is when you're able to get the appreciation from your peers, right? And one breath, I've heard boxers say, it's all about the fans. If I can get the fan appreciation, then I had a career well worth having. And then I've heard other guys say, right, earning the respect of my peers, of my boxing peers. That's what was most important to me. I felt like if I could get the respect of my peers, then I felt like I had a career well worth, boxing. Right. Hold on for a second. I had a career well worth boxing, right? So two different scales of the spectrum, right? You got fan appreciation, and then you got peer appreciation, right? And I chose these two particular fighters. I chose these two fighters in particular. What's good, Mr. Harris? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it. I chose these two. I ain't about a computer right now. I chose these two fighters in particular, Tank and Bud, right? Because I felt like for the topic at hand and what I wanted to get, across to the viewers today, I felt like these two were the perfect candidates. Southern T. What you mean, Southern T? These two the perfect candidates. Southern T. What exactly are you trying to get through to the viewers? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, I'm glad that you asked. You know what I mean? So on this Southern T, I expect to ruffle some feathers, right? I expect to be disagreed with on this Southern T, right? I expect pushback, and that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm open for. That's the whole reason that I did the dang on Southern T anyway. You know what I mean? It's to provoke thought, and that's what I'm here to do. So, Tank Davis and Bud Crawford, right? What's the thing? What's the group of people, right? I'm gonna start. I ain't gonna cut no corners. I don't want to give y'all no tips. I don't want to give y'all no secrets, right? What's good, Big Tex? Appreciate you sliding through. I'm about to drop the flames for my TWP. I'm sitting in front of the computer now. Greatly appreciate everybody sliding through this thing. We about to get to it. We about to get cooking. What's the thing, right? What's the group of people, right? I'm gonna drop them for Mr. Harris first. What's good, Mr. Harris? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. TWT. What's the group of people that most give Tank criticism, right? When you think about Tank criticism and where his criticism comes from, what's good, my brother Just Dude? Appreciate you sliding through. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, pimp. What's the group of people, they give Tank the most criticism when it comes to Gervonta, right? It's for Tank Davis, it will be his peers, right? It's his peers with Tank. It's his peers, the boxers now. Just for example, so y'all know I ain't just pulling shit out my ass, right? You got David Haney saying Tank Davis might as well stay with Mayweather because he don't fight nobody. You got Lomachenko, right? Which I was getting ready to do an EP on before I did this one, but I said, you know what? I'm going to take it somewhere else with it. You know what I mean? You got Lomachenko coming out and saying Tank Davis just never, I know he's a good fighter, but he just never, gave me the feel that he wanted to fight the best. He's never fought the best. I'm still waiting on him to fight the best, but he is a good fighter, right? You got guys like Roland Romero telling Tank, you ain't fought nobody. You know what I mean? Most of the times when you got guys like Keith Hunter telling Tank also, you ain't fought nobody. You know what I mean? Devin mainly being the one, right? Devin mainly being the one. And every time Gervonta Tank Davis gets into it with somebody, right? Another boxer, what they say? Well, you ain't really fought nobody, right? So most of Tank Davis's what's the word I'm looking for? Most of Tank Davis's criticism, most of Tank Davis's, constructive criticism, right? Most of Tank Davis's demons come from his peers, right? It come from the people within the sport. When it comes to Tank Davis, most of the naysayers, most of the doubters, that's the word I'm looking for, right? Doubters. Most of the doubters that Tank Davis received comes from his peers. It don't really come from the fans. For the most part, the fans are a believer in Tank Davis, right? For the most part, the fans are a believer in Tank Davis. Now, everybody got a portion of fans that don't believe, right? But I believe, right, the vast majority of fans, right, believe in Tank Davis, right? They support Tank Davis. They get behind Tank Davis. I believe Tank Davis has mastered. Hey, hold on for a second. I got 13 people in the building. I got 6 likes, bro. I need everybody in here to smash that like button. Stop playing with me here. I got 13 people, bro. 7 likes. Y'all smash that like button. Quit playing with me. Before you roll on in, jab that like button. Then come on in and start the conversation, man. Don't do that. We ain't finna do that. Dang, we ain't doing that today. We ain't doing that today, dog. Smash that like button for me because I'm about to give y'all this shit. And I need y'all to fit. I need y'all to hear this, but I need y'all to let other people know that I'm about to give y'all this shit. What's good, Monica? Shout out my girl, Monica. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Monica. Glad you could make it. Queen. But yeah, what I was saying is that most of the Tank naysayers, right? Most of the Tank naysayers, right? It comes from his peers, right? Most of the fans believe in Tank. They believe in his ability. They believe that he's that guy. They believe that he shows, right? I mean, most of the fans do. When it comes to Tank, it's his peers that, Tank has questions, that need to be answered, right? It's his peers. And the segue that, to stay on topic with Bud. They trying to shut me down, man. They trying to shut me down. We got a guy like just to stay on topic, right? What I was saying, most of Tank Davis criticism comes from his peers, right? It comes from, other boxers. To segue into Bud Crawford, right? What group of people does most of Bud Crawford criticism come from? You know what I mean? Fan appreciation, peer appreciation. I've heard some boxers say, I box to get the appreciation and respect of my peers. If I could get the appreciation and respect of my peers, then I boxed a career well worth boxing. My career was well worth living. And then in the same breath, I've heard boxers say, I've heard boxers say, I do it for the fans. If I could get the love of the fans, the appreciation of the fans, if I could get those fights where the fans remember me, then my career was well worth it. I had a career well worth living. What's good, Mr. Harris? Appreciate you in that super, Mr. Harris. She said, Monica, you ain't gonna outdo me. Appreciate you. My brother Just Do with the answer. My brother Do said fans criticize Bud the most. His peers praise him for sure. Boom. Now y'all see where I'm kind of going with it. So with a guy, like Tank, most of his criticism comes from his peers. You need to prove this. You need to do that. You need to fight this guy. The fans love Tank. With a guy kind of like Bud, his peers actually give him credit. Even the peers that don't like him. Even Earl Spence. Right before Earl Spence say, I'm going to knock Bud ass out. Earl Spence say, my Bud's a hell of a fighter. Oh yeah, Bud one of the best fighters in the world. Earl even told Keyshawn, he said, what Keyshawn? You thought I was gonna lie and say, yeah, he the truth. You know what I mean? Even all above peers, give him that and respect him. It's the fans who acts more out of Bud. It's the fans who really don't necessarily appreciate Bud. right, the way that he feel like they should. It's the fans when it comes to a guy like Bud, you know what I mean, they gives him his most criticism. You know what I mean? And I use these two for a reason. I ain't gonna keep you out here too long. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna keep you out here too long, but I use these two for a reason. Fan appreciation, peer appreciation. Tank Davis has most of the fans on lock, which is how he's able to sell. You know what I mean? He's able to sell and pack out these arenas. Bud Crawford has most of his peers on lock. I have yet to hear a peer talk bad about Bud's boxing ability yet, actually. So I can really say Bud has all of his peers on lock. All the legends picking Bud. You know what I mean? Said Bud gonna be great, Bud, a Hall of Fame and all that good shit, right? So with Bud, it's not his peers. It's the fans. See, look, you see my guy Ghost come in? See, it's the fans who give Ghost his hardest time. And it's Tank's peers that give him the hardest time. And the reason that I'm bringing this to life, what's good, Bruce Gads? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Bruce Gads. What's good, pimp? What's good? Shout out my guy, Bruce Gads. What's good, Bruce? Appreciate you sliding through. Hey, y'all do your boy a favor. I got 17 people in the building. I got 10 likes. I need everybody in here that ain't smashed that like button. I need y'all to go out, smash that like button, come back in, because I ain't going for it. Why I got 17 of y'all in here in 10 likes. That mean 8, now it's 18. That mean 8 of y'all in here don't like me. You know what I mean? God damn. Am I that bad of a person? You know what I mean? Am I that bad of a person? But anyway, I digress. Fan appreciation, peer appreciation. You got the fans who give Tank Davis his credit, but most of his critics come from, you know, his peers. You got a guy like Bud, where his peers give him the credit, and most of his critics come from, you know, the fans. So we meet in the middle right now. We've reached a fine line, right? So my thing is, I asked the question earlier. Well, I made a statement earlier, right? I've heard a boxer say, my career. I heard a boxer say, I'm satisfied with my career if I could get that fan love, if I could get that fan appreciation. I fight my career for the fans. If I could make memorable fights that the fans remember, if I could be remembered by the fans, then I had a career well worth boxing. I heard people say that I box for my peers. You know, if I could box to earn the respect of my peers, then I've had a career well worth boxing, right? So my question to y'all is, what do you think is more important? Or do you think both are just equally as important? 19 people in the building, 13 likes. Can y'all do your boy a favor? Can y'all get your boy right? Shout out my girl, Ashley. With that Ashley Corner, am I tripping? Hold on. I need to put my glasses on. Am I tripping? Am I famous enough for Ashley to come through here today? Am I famous enough? On my trip. Yeah, that was Ashley. Shout out my girl, Ashley Corner. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it, queen. TWT in the building. My girl Ashley said, will Bull have more fans if he stopped everyone he fought against at 147? I don't know. I don't think it's I get what you're saying, Ash, but that ain't necessarily where I'm going with it. I think Bud has done a great job now, right? With the Earl Spence thing, with that whole saga. I think he done a good job in building up his fan base, right? I think he got the fans now. But maybe previously, before he got to this point, hell yeah, maybe he could have got it faster if he would have knocked everybody out. But what I'm saying right now is actually like the appreciation factor, right? The appreciation factor. When Bud is getting a lot of praise, right, it's normally from his peers, not really the fans. The fans criticize Bud, right? When Tank getting a lot of praise, it's normally from the fans. It's not really his peers. His peers criticize Tank a lot, right? I'm kind of, I'm talking from both ends of the spectrum right here. I'm trying to bring it on home. Like, I've heard boxers say, I do it all for the fans. I've heard boxers say, I do it for the respect of my peers. You know what I mean? I've heard boxers say, I do it for the respect of my peers, right? So I guess I'm saying if your peers are criticizing you, I guess I'm here to ask y'all a question, right? Who y'all feel is right? Like who y'all feel is right in this? And I'm not saying Bud or Tank Davis didn't say neither of these things. I'm just looking at it from a fan standpoint. Is well, most of the time when I heard criticism from Bud, it's the fans. Most of the time when I heard criticism from Tank, it's his peers. You know what I mean? Tank criticism from his peers comes from, oh, you haven't fought anybody worth fighting. but criticism comes from the fans, and you haven't given us the big fights that we wanted. You know what I mean? So you got one guy who has got the fan, he got the fan vote, right? And you got another guy who got the pure vote, right? So I guess what I'm asking is, who do y'all think is right in this? Is it the fighter who says I fight for the fans, or is it the fighter who says I fight for the respect of my peers? Go said, Bud, peers respect them belts. We the fans respect the opposition. And when you tell those peers Bud better than you, the same peers he thinks respect him will tear him down. Oh, my boy, go. Okay, Ghost. I like that, Ghost. I like that, Ghost. Now, y'all heard what Ghost said. Ghost said, Bud, peers respect him because he got them straps, right? And then he said, but when you tell one of them same peers, they give Bud praise because of them straps, that Bud better than you, the same guys will tell you, well, hold on, he ain't really fought nobody. Basically, that's what he's saying. My guy Des Me said fans and promotion go hand in hand. He said Bud will have more fans if he actually fought. I kind of think y'all missing what I'm saying. I know. She said, I know. I'm just asking the question. I'm not trying to trick you. Okay, I appreciate you, Age. I appreciate you. Now, I didn't think you were trying to trick me, though. I was trying to answer your question properly. Or you know what I mean? I was trying to answer it the right way. He said, I think the fans' appreciation is more important. Fans get you paid. Peers can stroke egos. Doesn't get you paid. He said, T, I say this to that. Which one pays your bills? The peers or the fans? The one who pay the bills are the ones who really matter. I like that. I like that perspective. Judge Du said the fighters who fight for the fans because the fans are the consumer, which gets the fighters paid. You know what I think? Y'all want me to tell y'all what I think and how I look at it? I think you need a healthy balance of both. You know what I mean? I think, right, if you do it the right way, it go hand in hand, right? For example, a guy like Floyd Mayweather. A guy like Floyd Mayweather was able to garner fan appreciation. A guy like Floyd Mayweather was able to garner the respect of his peers. Why do you think a guy like Floyd Mayweather was able to garner, both equally at the same time, simultaneously? You know what I mean? I give you another guy, right? Bernard Hopkins. Why do you think a guy like Bernard Hopkins was able to garner both the fan appreciation and he was able to garner the respect of his peers? And these guys, well, wait, let me give you another guy who's not undefeated, right? I gave you an undefeated fighter. I gave you Bernard Hopkins. I give you another guy, right? Manny Pacquiao. Why you think a guy like Manny Pacquiao, right, was able to garner fan appreciation and Manny Pacquiao was able to garner the appreciation of his peers? We could use Bernard and we could use Pacquiao. I give you another guy with losses. Muhammad Ali. Why you think Muhammad Ali was able to garner the ultimate appreciation from the fans and the ultimate appreciation from his peers? And I know y'all ain't gonna like this, right? And I'm not saying just because they doing it now is how they go finish, right? But guys like Ali, guys like Bernard, who's the third guy name? Ali and Manny Pacquiao, guys like Ali, Bernard, and Pacquiao, the reason they were able to do both, right, is because they didn't cut any corners. Even Floyd Mayweather, at no point did they cut a corner. So, T, what you saying? You saying Bud and Tank Davis cut corners? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. They cut corners. Now, I ain't say they cut major corners, right? I ain't saying they cut major corners, right? But they both cut corners. You know what I mean? Bud cut the corner and right, and give it most of Bud criticism comes from the fans, and it comes from the fans being that he didn't give the fans that big fight. He didn't give the fans that ultimate fight, right? Tank cut the corner the same reason. This is why I chose them. Now I'm getting to the nitty gritty, right? The same reason. Tank's peers discredited him and criticized him because he didn't give them that big fight. He got the stardom, he got the fan appreciation without that huge fight. You know what I mean? His peers don't really respect it. The fans can appreciate it, but his peers don't really respect or appreciate that. With Bud, his peers can appreciate what he did, but ultimately, his peers don't respect the fact that he hasn't given us that big fight that we've been looking for as well. So to see what you mean. I'm not saying these guys haven't given us any fights. These guys have fought good competition, right? But I mean that big fight, that big namesake fight. You know, the fight that they keep building us up for. You know, with a Tank like a Devin, you know, or even a Ryan, or you know, a Shakur or something like that, or with a Bud, a Manny Pacquiao, or like a Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Both are equally important, and you can obtain both because there are examples of fighters who obtain both. I just gave you examples, but you can't cut no corners. You don't have to be undefeated. You know what I mean? You don't have to be undefeated. You don't have to have more money than everybody to garner both. But with Floyd, it was a perfect storm. But you don't have to do that. With Floyd, it all came together because the era that Floyd fought in, it was a bunch of little guys in that era for Floyd to fight, you know, between 147, 140, you know, 54, that era, that back end of shit of Floyd career. It was a bunch of guys for him to fight. And Floyd fought damn near all of them. You know what I mean? He fought damn near all of them. Manny Pacquiao fought damn near all of them. Bernard Hopkins fought damn near all of them. Y'all get what I'm getting at? Y'all get what I'm getting at? You got to fight everybody. People could see you cutting corners, whether it's a little corner or a big corner. People could see you cutting those corners. You know what I mean? People could see you cutting those corners. Some people may feel you. You know what I mean? Some people may feel you, but everybody ain't going to necessarily feel you when you cut those corners. You feel me? You know what I mean? Great talent. And I chose these guys for a reason. Great talents. Tank, Bud, great talents. I can tell you somebody else. Watch this. Undefeated record. I didn't put him up here, right? Undefeated record, right? Now, when you undefeated, he a champion. He beat great legends and shit, but the legends that he beat are still seen on the high scale to him. Joe Calzaghe, right? Mr. 40-0, Mr. Undefeated, Joe Calzaghe, right? He undefeated. He got that pure appreciation. But he ain't got that fan appreciation like that. And he barely got the pure appreciation. You know what I mean? But he got that pure appreciation, but he ain't got the fan appreciation. You know why? And he beat Roy Jones. And he beat Bernard Hopkins. And he beat Jeff Lacey. Calzaghe beat those guys. But you know why he ain't get both? You know why he couldn't Gardner both? Because he cut corners. He beat those guys when they were past their prime. You know what I mean? He beat those guys years after we was calling for those fights. You know what I mean? When you cut corners, it's noticeable. And when you don't cut corners, we notice that too. You know what I mean? And I keep using Floyd. You can use Floyd. Floyd, people don't even really like Floyd as a person. But you got to give Floyd his flowers, fans and his peers, because of the way that he did it, because of what he did, whether you like the way he did it or not, whether it was your flavor or whether it was your style or not. Floyd went out there and he beat those guys. And Floyd went out there and he beat those guys at the highest level. At the highest level. You know what I mean? At the highest level. I see right now, I'm starting to see Devin Haney peers, right? And even the fans, most fans anyway, right? I'm starting to see Devin Haney peers talk about him a little different. I'm starting to see his peers starting to give him their respect. You got Shakur saying he the best at 135. You got, I know I'm losing y'all with this shit. I know y'all don't want to hear that. You got Lomachenko saying he the best at 135. You got these guys on YouTube saying Devin the best at 135. You know what I mean? These days, the only thing you could say about Devin Haney for the most part, right? Oh, is he ain't fought Lomachenko and he ain't fought Tank Davis, right? Let's say that he about to fight. So let's go say because he got the accolades. That's the thing. The peers respect that, and a shot which makes them money. Takes Bad Boy said, "Fuck them peers because it's easier to please fans. Because if you look at your peer, what do pleasing them do for your career? What does pleasing them do for your career? Them the same ones who want to put themselves before you when it come down to it." And then Go said because he got the, you talking about Devin, right? Okay, yeah, you talking about Devin, right? What you can say about Devin Haney right now is, you know, the only bad thing you can say about Devin Haney is, right, he ain't fought Tank and he ain't fought Loma, right? So let's just say that he fight Lomachenko next, right? The only thing you'll be able to say for Devin is he ain't fought Tank Davis, right? So if that thing stands for Devin Haney, that thing stands for Tank Davis as well, right? He ain't fought Devin Haney ain't fought Tank. But when you actually look at what they have done, you know what I mean? When you actually look at what they have done, right? When you look at what they have done, a guy like Tank Davis has the fan appreciation, but he get criticized from his peers. A guy like Devin Haney, I just laid out to you, his peers starting to respect him. He's starting to get more respect in public. Over there in goddamn Australia right now, he's the king. He the king of Australia right now. You know what I mean? Like that fan appreciation for Devin Haney is growing. You know what I mean? He's about to be a free agent after his next fight. You know what I mean? Not the Kambosos fight, right? He fight Kambosos and he got another fight. He's about to be a free agent. Devin Haney has never had the opportunity to even do a pay-per-view at this point in his career. He's been on DAZN. He's been on ESPN. He's on a nationally televised platform right now. You get what I'm saying? So he got the peer respect and he garnering the fan appreciation. He got the peer appreciation now, the peer respect, and he garnering the fan respect and appreciation. A guy like Errol Spence, you know what I mean? Fighting top guy after top guy after top guy after top guy. You know what I mean? Us seeing Errol Spence go from calling out the champions and Keith Thurman to actually, you know, beating the champions. You know what I mean? Beating the guy who beat Keith Thurman, the guy that he was calling out. You know what I mean? Taking the strap from Shawn Porter, a guy that he was calling out. You know what I mean? Being the only person to ever stop Yordenis Ugas. You know what I mean? Seeking out the best fights available in the Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? The Terrence Crawford checklist. You know what I mean? I'm coming for them motherfucking belts. You know, I mean, the fight will happen next. You know what I mean? He seeking out the best fights, seeking out the Manny Pacquiao, seeking out everybody with a belt. You know what I mean? Setting goals of undisputed, and then attempting to reach them. You know what I mean? Not cutting any corners. You know what I mean? It's fighters like that who we see they got fan appreciation and that peer appreciation. You know what I mean? And then speaking of that peer appreciation, outside of Bud and Earl and Bud, you don't hear nobody with nothing bad to say about Earl or Bud when it comes to their peers, right? Carlos Ocampo just told Fondoro just told Ocampo, I'm gonna knock you out because Earl Spence knocked you out. You've been knocked out before. Carlos Ocampo said, you ain't Earl Spence. I got stopped by Earl Spence and you ain't Earl Spence. You get what I'm saying? Fan appreciation, peer appreciation. I put Tank up there because Tank get all the fan appreciation in the world. I put Bud up there because he get all the peer appreciation in the world. You know what I mean? And that's cool. My question here was, shit, what y'all feel like is more important? And I feel like both are equally as important. I just gave you a couple of examples of some guys, of some current guys, and some older guys, right? Bernard Hopkins, Manny Pacquiao, older guys. You know what I mean? Pacquiao and Hopkins, older guys. They ain't cut no corners. They seeked out the best. They fought the best. They won some. They lost some. Guys like right now, he's Andre Ward said something about Earl T. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. But outside of Earl, I'm saying outside of Earl and Bud, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody got nothing bad to say. But outside of each other, if you put them in the ring with anybody else, everybody gonna say that they beat everybody else. It get conflicting when you put them in the ring together. And that's only because we ain't seen them in the ring together yet. You get what I'm saying? But if you separate the two, ain't nobody got nothing bad to say about none of them. Pure appreciation. You know what I mean? It's a question with them two in the ring with each other, but them apart, it ain't no question. It ain't no question about neither of them with anybody. You know what I mean? It get fun when you put them together. Then the shit get fun. You know what I mean? Type deal. He said Bud been losing peer support because of his recent antics. I think Bud losing the fans. I don't think he losing the peers or his peers goals. I think he losing the fans. I hear a lot more of his peers he loves say he loses to Ortiz and get washed by Boots. By the Work Boxing says salute. I believe fan appreciation, peer appreciation, mainly because peers can have hidden agendas. Yep. But I think they both hold an equal amount of weight, right? I believe they both hold an equal amount of weight. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. 16 people in the building, 15 likes. I done have way more than 16 of y'all come in and out this junk. Greatly appreciate y'all if y'all can smash that like button for your boy when you roll on there, whether you're for a good time or a long time. I ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time today. You know what I mean? I just want to have this conversation. You know what I mean? I was just thinking to myself, like, I was just thinking, I've seen boxers compliment other boxers just to avoid backlash from saying anything in regards to criticism. Yep. Yeah, but even for whatever reason, body work that they saying it, for whatever reason that they putting it out there, I still think it holds great value. I think it holds great value to have your peers speak good about you. Because if somebody's speaking good about you and they don't mean it, is because they scared of you for whatever reason. Like Errol Spence don't just, give people false love because he's scared of the criticism. You know what I mean? Devin Haney don't just give people false love because he's scared of the criticism. Shakur don't just give people false love because he's scared of the criticism. Jermell Charlo don't just give people false love because he's scared of the criticism. You know what I mean? If you doing that, then you probably ain't one of my favorite fighters. No way. So you say Mayweather still got peer appreciation when he's running his mouth like he's paying fighters strictly inside the country, talking them down on fighters? Yeah, for sure Mayweather still got. Just because you got a couple people that say something don't mean the masses don't feel a certain way about you. You know what I mean? Texas, ain't nothing 100%. Texas, you might be a real nigga to you, but you ain't 100% real nigga to everybody in the world. You get what I'm saying? But you could be a solid dude to you. The dude you see in the mirror might be solid to you. You know what I'm saying? But somebody gonna feel a way about you. Just because you feel a way about me don't mean that it's true. Especially when you got the masses, right? Who been feeling this way, who been knowing this, who been knowing what's going on, who been knowing what's up. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing 100%. It's always gonna be if it's 100 niggas in the room and you only got 7 of them hating on you, you solid, my guy. Ain't nothing 100%. Ain't nobody go feel. The person is smart. People are dumb. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna feel. Everybody, even people you could be in contact with these people every single day, and you could think these people, 100% solely got your back. If people really tell you how they feel about you and they show you how they feel about you, you know what I mean? Now, perception ain't always true. You know what I mean? Perception ain't always true. But for 90% of Floyd's career, right, his peers respected him. And on the back end, if you get 10% of them motherfuckers to say, well, now I don't respect Floyd no more, he still got 90% of the motherfuckers who been respecting him. You know what I'm saying? That he still got that 90% that's been respecting him for 90% of his career. You get what I'm saying? Everybody don't like you. Nobody like. Ain't nothing 100% is really what I'm getting at, because a few people might say, well, Floyd ain't this, Floyd ain't that. All us, watch this. Since we talking about Tank, right? Everybody telling us, Tank, he said Mike Tyson criticized and had only watched highlights. Hardcore know damn well you can't judge a fighter based on highlights, right? You know what I mean? We using Tank up here, right? I got Tank up here. Right. Damn. Hold on. Wait. What was I saying? Let me see. Hold on. What was I saying? Real quick. I was getting somewhere. You know what I mean? Perception what's ain't good, always true. But for 90% of Floyd, it's back too far. Everybody don't like you. Nobody like the fuck. Ain't nothing 100% is really what I'm getting at, because a few people might say, well, Floyd ain't this. Oh yeah, boom, yeah. A few motherfuckers might say Floyd ain't 100, Floyd ain't did this, but right, Tank Davis, what motherfuckers been saying Tank need to do for the longest? Tank need to leave Floyd. Tank need to leave Floyd. You know what I mean? And Tank, right after his last fight, goddamn it, Tank said, I'm with the best team in the game. That's literally what that nigga said. I'm with the best team in the game. Right after his last goddamn fight. You know what I mean? So you got certain people who will say something that about Floyd, then you got Tank Davis who's saying Floyd is the best promoter in the game, when we know goddamn well that ain't true. You know what I mean? Yeah, we win this thing shooting this shit. I ain't finna be in here too much long. I ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time. I'm literally gonna be here about 5-6 more minutes. I just want to have this conversation real quick about fan appreciation and peer appreciation. You know what I mean? And how about having both is more, because you got people who will shit on Bernard Hopkins, right? You got people who will shit on Bernard Hopkins. But 80% of the people fuck with Bernard Hopkins. You know what I mean? Because of what he, because of what he did. He fought the best. He beat a lot of the best. You know what I mean? And that's all you can ask for. 80% of people fuck with Bernard Hopkins. Ain't nothing 100%. 100% of people don't fuck with Muhammad Ali. 100% of people don't. Now, I think Muhammad Ali might be the closest to 100% fucking with you as you could possibly get, right? He might be the closest. He might be the fucking iota. He might be the quota, right? It might be him. But it's somebody out there. It's a percentage of motherfuckers out there that don't fuck with Ali. You know what I mean? It's a percentage of their ass out there. But for the most part, right? For the most part, he said, nah, I heard people call Ali a coon, say all type of shit. Yeah, see what I'm saying, Ghost? You know what I mean? But for the most part, right? When it comes to that fan appreciation, Pajaka and Teixeira. When it comes to that fan appreciation, for the most part, though, right? Tank got it all. Tank got all the fan appreciation. Right? Tank got all the fan appreciation. Like, he get that love. He get that love from the fan, the casual fan, the diehard. He get that love. When it come to Bud, he get that peer appreciation. His peers respect what he do. At least they verbally say it, right? Even the ones that don't like him, again, Earl Spence, even the ones that don't like him, respect Bud game. And they tell you on camera that Bud got game, that Bud that nigga, that Bud good. You know what I mean? He get that peer, he get that peer appreciation. But somewhere along the line, Tank never got that peer appreciation because of the same reason. Somewhere along the line, Bud never got that fan appreciation, right? Because they still ain't gave us that fight, that big fight that we asked for. They ain't gave us that big fight that they built up. Whether they built it up, the media built it up, or whoever. I heard them talk about it enough, right? With Tank is Lomachenko, David Haney, Shakur, right? One of them. Ryan Garcia, right? One of them. Multiple of them. All of them, if we lucky, right? A couple of them. You know what I mean? With Bud, with Bud, it was Manny Pacquiao and Earl Spence, right? One of them. The fights that we've been craving, the fights that we've been, getting built up for, the fights that y'all been building us up for, we missed them joints. We got B-Hop, you know what I mean, versus goddamn Oscar and Jermaine and Winky and shit. We got Floyd versus motherfucking Manny and motherfucking Chavez, Jesus Chavez and Castillo and shit. We got them junks. We got them. They built them up for us, and we got them. You know what I mean? David Haney said, I want undisputed. I'm going to be the best. We got it. Earl said, I'm going to get all the belts in my division. You know what I mean? We'll see you holding up the division after I get the other straps. You know what I mean? We got it. We just waiting. We just waiting for that, we waiting for Tank to deliver on that jump. We waiting for Bud to deliver on that jump. And let's go get them both. Let's go get them both. The thing is, I name fighters with losses because, Manny Pacquiao and Bernard, because it ain't about winning or losing. You know what I mean? It's about delivering on your career and basically just delivering on the things you said. The goals could be small. Literally, if you say, I'm going to beat so-and-so, so-and-so, it could be a poop butt. But if you go out there and you beat them, we go fuck with it because you did what you said you was going to do. You get what I'm saying? But when you say you go fight this guy and this guy happen to be a superstar too and it don't happen, you know what I mean? You tend to lose a certain portion of fans. Now, whether it's your peers or rather it's, a certain portion of your fans or a certain portion of your peers. You know what I mean? When you cut them corners, people notice. Now, everybody might not notice, but somebody go notice somewhere. You know what I mean? And this go affect you. You know what I mean? Tank got all the money in the world, right? Tank can sell all the pay-per-views in the world, right? But you got Lomachenko freely saying, "Oh man, Tank ain't fought nobody." It's like I'm still waiting for him to fight somebody. I know he good, but he ain't fought nobody. You got David Haney said he'll never fight nobody. He not really trying to make the big fights right now, right? You got Sean Porter saying, you know, man, Tank Davis got to fight somebody. You know what I mean? That's gonna continue to happen. You know what I mean? Until you deliver, right? You got Bud, right? Number one pound for pound, 3 division champion, undisputed, got all the accolades in the world. He's still out here seeking approval, though. Why you seeking all this approval if you got all this stuff, right? It's because you know that you ain't deliver on Manny Pacquiao or Earl Spence. You got to deliver on one of them things. And they saying that we go get Earl Spence, so hey, let's just see how that go, right? But you got to deliver, man. You can't cut the corners. Fan appreciation, peer appreciation. They both are equally important in this, and you could get both of them because we seen fighters get both of them. You know what I mean? We seen fighters get them both. You know what I mean? It's just about, yeah, she said, fuck Sean. Podcast Porter, right? Fuck Sean. Sean Cass Pod Porter. God damn it. Sean Podcast Porter. Sean Cass Pod Porter. What's good, Moose? I'm finna get it better. I ain't gonna keep y'all going too long, though. But I just want to have this boxing conversation real quick. Skin the heart away sudden. T, what's good, Monster Moose? This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look.